The scientist Einstein is credited with the saying, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." Let's consider the challenges that we face and the new thinking needed. While the last several decades of relative global peace and advancements in science and technology have improved lifespans and standards of living around the world, have also spawned some additional problems. Rising lifespans driven by innovations means increased cost of healthcare and budget deficits around the world. The internet driven innovation has connected the planet and shrunk the distance, but it's also resulted in societal restlessness and anxiety. These social networks have actually spawned some new challenges. Innovation approaches have become too lopsided, being either solely needs driven or solely seeds driven. Either of these approaches face some gaps. With needs driven approaches, the problems include customers' functional fixedness, which leads to less than optimal results. Seeds driven approaches, on the other hand, may solve only part of a customer's problem or may not be well aligned with the market needs at all. Another major problem to consider is the challenges faced with entrepreneurship and new venture formation. The cost of creating new business has actually gone down quite a bit. But the data shows that entrepreneurship, new business survival is actually not doing well in many parts of the world, including the US of A. Consider this data from the US Census Bureau, analyzed and reported by the Kauffman Foundation. What it shows is that the number of new companies as a share of all US businesses has actually dropped 44% since 1978. This is really surprising. By many accounts, the cost of doing business, cost of forming new businesses is actually going down due to information technology and the internet. It used to cost thousands of dollars to form a new venture, and now there are reputed services in many parts of the world that can actually help us do this, form a company for a few $100s. Why then is the data showing that the share of new companies in the economy is dropping 44% since 1978? I think entrepreneurship and new venture formation is actually a crucial indicator of innovation and societal growth. And there are certain gaps, certain inefficiencies in the new venture creation and survival processes that need to be addressed in order to get better outcomes. On the one hand, our universities and our national labs spend billions of dollars in research and development and are anxiously looking for ways to transfer these discoveries to the private market. However, classical technology transfer is more like passing the baton. It has not worked so well. I would argue it needs to look much more like a contact sport, like American football or rugby, where the discoveries in question are jointly developed with the marketplace and the gains jointly shared as well. In summary, innovation and entrepreneurship are too hard to be passed like a baton. Translation and co-development may actually be needed, and it requires investment of effort and money from both the public and the private sector, including grants like the SBIR, the Small Business Innovation Research Program. It's been quite successful, run by the national labs and the national research organizations. During the last 3-4 years, I've also been involved with a very unique program with the National Institute of Health, NIH, that involves meshing the unmet market needs with the untapped technological seeds. We have learned that balancing is hard, takes effort, but would be the right thing to do.